Recently, Cubic Games has let out teasers for Pixelgun 3D's highly anticipated reboot update, which also included what appeared to be the fourth world. Finally, after 2 years, and honestly it better be the fourth world because we've been waiting for like 2 to 3 years. I can't wait anymore. But anyways, now people have been wondering and speculating on what happens in the fourth world, right? Because I mean, of course, Newbie gets turned into a bug, he's trapped within the internet. Like, what happens to him? What's going to happen in the fourth world? Now, I've come up with a theory of my own, and I don't know, it kind of sounds stupid. Maybe it does, but it's the best I could come up with. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rusher, and this is my theory. In order to make a theory about what will happen in the fourth world, we first have to look back at the events that led up to this point in time. Right after the dragon's defeat, he promises Newbie that he'll chase the monsters from his world, but then proceeds to tell him that it wasn't his biggest problem. He then asks Newbie if he noticed that they were all actually square, and proceeds to tell him that it wasn't always like that. He then takes Newbie and the female survivor, or Sarah in this case, saying he thinks he knows how he could solve their little problem, but he'll need their help for that. Several hours later, the dragon finally reaches a new location, which looks like a completely different world from where they came from. He then reveals that he can't come with them, meaning that the female survivor and Newbie had to go it alone, and as usual, they ended up killing more monsters. After killing all the monsters, including a spider which apparently had a key to the castle around its neck, Newbie picks it up and unlocks the door to the castle, and when Newbie and the female survivor open the door, there's a wizard waiting for them. Now, I'm assuming that the wizard expected them due to all the noise that was going on outside, but I'm not too sure. This game sometimes is funky with its story decisions. After killing all the monsters, defeating the Guardians, and taking out the wizard himself, Newbie demanded answers from the wizard as to why everything turned cubical. The wizard told him that the world was made by the great creator and how magnificent it was. But one time an ugly monster came, deforming everything on its way. The evil monster turned their beautiful world into a cubical mess, and that is exactly why they have what they have now. The wizard then tells Newbie that the only person that could tell him how to change everything back is the great creator, and tells him that he can send him to him. He creates a portal, but what Newbie and the female survivor do not know is that it was one big fat lie. Instead of sending them straight to the great creator, the wizard sends the duo all the way into outer space, on an alien space station, meaning that Newbie and the female survivor had to fight their way through aliens until they stumble upon a UFO which they took back to Earth. After taking the UFO back to Earth, they land on Parkour City, where apparently some soldiers happen to be there, who mistook them for aliens, meaning that Newbie and the female survivor had to fight a bunch of soldiers, which included a giant green mech. They managed to survive the onslaught, take out the soldiers in the mech, and managed to find themselves some jetpacks in the process, which they then took to a house with a red roof on it. They barge into the house to investigate the area, and they come upon the creator, who had Pixelgun World open in the background. The creator tells Newbie and Sarah that he was in the middle of creating a wonderful game when he accidentally created an unrecoverable code. The bug started changing the game code and then the entire world itself, which is weird to say the least. But he said he could still bring everything back by having Newbie fix the bug in the game. Newbie would then put on the Block Eye VR and make a cheesy remark at the bug, which honestly was unnecessary, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, Newbie's avatar, if I had to call it anything, gets into the game's code where he has to fight wizards, plant spitters, guardians, and dragons. After defeating each and every one of those, he fights the bug, who can teleport all over the place, and I mean, why wouldn't it? But after defeating the bug, before finally passing away and dying, turns Newbie into the new bug. Newbie then questions if he's inside the internet, which, how could you not tell? I mean, Facebook and Twitter are literally to your left. After that, the story is to be continued, and now we are brought to this point. With all that being said, let's take a look at this image right here. Now, this was the same image that the developers from Cubic Games teased on their Facebook and Instagram, and it appears to be Newbie in bug form looking ahead at what looks like to be a city with a Rubik's Cube above it. Now, this could represent the fact that he's in the internet, as he questioned himself being in the internet earlier on, as I stated. Now, this could possibly represent the internet. I mean, the internet is one big place, and this city is also one big place. So having him hand in hand could actually kind of work. I mean, have the city represent the internet and Newbie as a pedestrian. I have no idea what the Rubik's Cube is for. I'm guessing it's like, you know, infrastructure or whatever. I mean, who knows? All I can gather is that Newbie is looking ahead at what appears to be a city, and that city could very well represent the internet. But one thing I want to know is if Newbie is okay in real life. I mean, after all, I mean, he did put on VR and get turned into a bug. So is he okay in real life? Is he a bug in real life? Did he perhaps get sucked into the computer itself before getting turned into a bug? I mean, what the hell happened? Will he ever escape the internet, if anything? But what exactly happens to Sarah? What happens to the creator? Are they worried about Newbie? Do they know he's going to be okay? Do they think he's going to be okay? Do they perhaps give him assistance in the 4th chapter? Which could be possible. Newbie is in the internet after all. And, I mean, the creator could assist Newbie in his mission to fix everything within the internet. I mean, these are all questions that can and will be answered when the 4th world comes out. Which, God knows when that's coming out. I mean, I honestly can't wait. I mean, coming up with these theories is honestly... It's honestly got me thinking about what really will happen next, because you don't know what's going to happen next. Really, all I'm giving are these theories that might not be true, might be true. I mean, who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see what comes out. Okay. We're just going to have to wait and see when the 4th world comes out, that we can, like, give our assumptions and all that other stuff. But, hey, this is all just a theory. So, just bear with me on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a look at this. Yes, it's Pixel Gun World. Why am I including Pixel Gun World in this theory? Think about it. Pixel Gun World is the 2nd game released under the Pixel Gun brand, being after 3D. First it was Pixel Gun 3D, then it was Pixel Gun World. Not only that, it's been referenced twice within the Cross Worlds chapter. Not only that, it also hasn't made its return ever since being pulled years ago. Now, listen, hear me out, guys. When you think about it, it being the 2nd game, and it being referenced twice, that could be a reference to the 2, which represents the bug. Not only that, the creator even said that bug was unrecoverable, and where's Pixel Gun World now? Ever since it got pulled, it still hasn't made its return. Now, listen, I may sound like an idiot for this, but I think Pixel Gun World will have something to do with the 4th chapter of the campaign. 2 plus 2 is 4, alright? 2nd game, 2 references, that's 4. 4th world coming out, I don't know. It sounds kind of sketchy, but it's my best guess as to if Pixel Gun World will be involved with the 4th world. Now, I wouldn't really take everything to heart here because this is just a theory. There are some things that could happen in the 4th world, but in the end, it's ultimately up to the developers. With that all being said, what are your theories, guys? What do you guys think is going to happen in the 4th world? Feel free to leave it all in the comments section below. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little theory video of mine. It seems we're out of time. We are 400 subscribers away from 1,300, so let's see if we can hit that by the end of the month. Okay, probably not. But anyways, guys, I thank you guys so much for the support. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Whether it be a big number of you supporting me or a small number, doesn't really matter. I appreciate the support either way. If you like the commentary, or if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm uploading every single week from here on in, so feel free to tune in every single week. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it's Rusher. I'm out. Peace.